Have you ever wondered how research studies select their participants? It might seem like a simple question, but the answer plays a pivotal role in the outcome of the research. The selection of respondents, those individuals whose opinions, behaviors, or conditions we seek to understand, is a cornerstone of any study. Imagine researchers trying to understand the dietary habits of teenagers. If they select a group of 30-year-olds as respondents, the study's findings would be irrelevant and inaccurate. It's like trying to understand the taste of an apple by tasting an orange. The right respondents are the foundation on which the entire research structure is built. The right selection can significantly improve the validity and reliability of a study. Validity refers to the accuracy of the results, the extent to which the research truly measures what it was intended to measure. A study with high validity provides a true reflection of reality, and this is largely influenced by the respondent's selection. Reliability, on the other hand, refers to the consistency of the research results. If the study were to be repeated, would it yield the same results? If the answer is yes, then the study is considered reliable. Just like a clock that consistently gives the correct time is reliable, a study that consistently provides the same results, regardless of when or where it is conducted, is reliable. And again, the right respondents play a crucial role in ensuring this. However, the wrong selection of respondents can skew results and lead to inaccurate conclusions. If the selected respondents do not accurately represent the population being studied, the findings will be distorted. It's like trying to predict a country's election results by only polling one city. The results would be skewed, leading to a false interpretation of the population's views. In the world of research, choosing the right respondents isn't just a step in the process. It's a critical decision that shapes the entire study. It's the difference between a study that provides meaningful insights and one that leads to erroneous conclusions. Choosing the right respondents is a critical first step in conducting meaningful research. There are various techniques to select respondents, each with its own set of criteria. With that in mind, let's dive into the world of research sampling techniques. These methods are the backbone of any study, helping us choose the right respondents. But what are these techniques and how do they work? Let's take a closer look. First up is the random sampling technique. Imagine a large pool. This is your population. Now, close your eyes and pick a few people. That's essentially random sampling. Everyone in the population has an equal chance of being selected, ensuring a fair representation. Next, we have stratified sampling. Think of your population as a layered cake. Each layer represents a different group or stratum. You select a few from each layer, ensuring every group is represented. This is especially useful when you want to understand specific subgroups within your population. Moving on, we find ourselves with cluster sampling. Again, picture your population. This time, it's divided into separate groups or clusters, like a bunch of grapes. Instead of sampling individuals, you randomly select a few clusters. This is a cost-effective and time-saving method, especially when dealing with large populations spread over wide geographical areas. Finally, we have convenience sampling. It's like picking low-hanging fruit from a tree. You select respondents who are easiest to reach. While it's quick and easy, it may not provide the most representative sample. So how do we apply these techniques? Each begins with defining your population. For random sampling, you'd then use a random number generator to pick your sample. In stratified sampling, you'd identify your strata and randomly select from each. For cluster sampling, you'd randomly select your clusters and survey everyone within them. With convenience sampling, you'd simply approach the easiest individuals to reach. In essence, these techniques allow researchers to choose respondents systematically and fairly. They provide a methodical approach to sampling, ensuring that our research is both representative and reliable. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the criteria to consider when choosing a technique. Stay tuned. But how do researchers decide which technique to use? Well, the answer isn't as straightforward as one might hope. There are various factors at play that guide this decision. These factors may include the research design, the target population, the resources available, and the nature of the research question. Firstly, the research design plays a significant role in determining the sampling technique. For instance, in experimental research designs where control and precision are paramount, probability sampling techniques are often favored. These methods, such as random sampling, ensure that every individual in the population has an equal chance of being selected, which helps in eliminating bias and enhancing the validity of the results. Secondly, the nature of the target population influences the choice of technique. If the population is large and spread out geographically, it might be impractical to use a simple random sample. In such cases, researchers might opt for a stratified sampling or cluster sampling technique, which can be more efficient and cost-effective. Thirdly, the resources available to the researcher also guide the choice of sampling method. If resources are limited, non-probability sampling techniques like convenience sampling or quota sampling might be used, as these methods are less time-consuming and require fewer resources than their probability counterparts. Lastly, but certainly not least, the nature of the research question is a crucial factor to consider. If the research question is exploratory in nature, qualitative research methods such as purposive or snowball sampling might be more appropriate. These techniques allow for in-depth exploration and understanding of complex phenomena, even though they may not provide a representative sample. In conclusion, the choice of a sampling technique is not a decision to be taken lightly. It requires careful consideration of the research design, target population, available resources, and the research question. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all solution here. The right technique depends on the specific needs and constraints of the study. Now that we've seen the techniques, why do researchers choose certain people as respondents? You may wonder. Well, the rationale behind respondent selection is not as arbitrary as it may initially seem. Researchers aim for a representative sample, a mini version of the larger population they want to understand. This is crucial because the insights and conclusions drawn from this sample are then generalized to the larger group. If our sample is skewed, our findings will be too. But how do they ensure representativeness? It's a balance of science and strategy. Researchers consider various factors like demographics, behaviors, and even geographical location to select respondents who reflect the diversity of the population. They also use the sampling techniques we discussed earlier to minimize bias and maximize accuracy. In essence, respondent selection isn't about picking the easiest or most accessible group. It's a meticulous process that requires careful planning and consideration. Respondent selection goes beyond mere convenience. It's about representation and accuracy. In the end, the success of a research study hinges on its respondents. As we close our discussion, let's recap the key points we've covered. The choice of respondents is pivotal in any research study. It's less about quantity and more about quality, having the right respondents who are representative of the population you're studying. Next, we delved into the various sampling techniques. Each has its own merits and demerits, and the most suitable one depends on your research objectives and available resources. We highlighted that the best technique is one that provides a representative sample with minimal bias. Moreover, we stressed the importance of considering specific criteria when choosing a sampling technique. These include the nature of your study, the size and diversity of your population, and your available resources. So whether you're conducting a simple survey or a complex experimental study, remember, the goal of research is to uncover truth, and the right respondents are key to reaching that goal.